Loading mass spectral data for processing starts with the Open with Options button in the main BioMS Reviewer window. Select the correct path to the folder containing the mass spectra that you wish to load. You can select a folder to store the biomolecule files that we created in this screen or in the MS Processing window later on. Click OK to load the mass spectral data. Here you can see that there are warnings about the potential for duplicate output files. I will close this window and open another version of the data with these duplicate files removed. We can ignore the warning about the data having not been processed or saved, since we'll be loading new, valid data. Once a set of valid mass spectrum files have been loaded, a preview of the first spectrum, as processed with the currently loaded processing method, will be displayed. You can use the mouse to zoom in to see the detail of the peaks in the spectrum. At the top right of the window, there is a spectrum overview. Double-clicking on the spectrum zooms out to full scale. Changing the peak picking parameters will update the current spectrum immediately. Changing the peak picking threshold changes the number of peaks identified. Once you are happy with the results of the peak picking and centroiding with this spectrum, you can select another spectrum to see the results of processing it with the same method. All of the spectrum files that are loaded have to be processed using the same method before the biomolecule files can be saved. Clicking the Process All button in the ribbon will apply the processing method to all of the spectrum files in turn. Successful processing of the spectra will be indicated by a check mark next to each file name. Any issues will be shown with a warning icon. Unprocessed files are labelled with an exclamation mark. If you've changed the method, now is a good time to save it with an appropriate name. Once processed, it is then possible to save the biomolecule files to the directory shown as Output folder in the ribbon. We can close this window in order to load data with our newly created biomolecule files.